Hello, this is Costrello, and welcome to the start of what I think will be a really fun group Ironman Tileman series. We are a group of 5 and we'll use a random number generator to determine where our starting tiles will be. We are not starting in Lumbridge like you may have seen from other tile accounts. We will be starting from anywhere on the map and we won't know where that is until we roll for them. The starting tile must have feasible experience gaining capabilities as well as a bank. We are doing an accelerated start Tileman rule set, so we start with 32 tiles and must begin our adventure from a bank and use what tiles we have available to reach our nearest training methods. We gain 1 tile for each level and each 1000 experience gained. We must also have a substantial amount of available tiles before we can use any teleports. So with all that out of the way, let's check out the team. We've made it easy for viewers to know who is who and assigned each team member with a colour. Red is Soda City, purple is King Lagalot, teal is Caston G, blue is Coffee Cake, and yellow is myself, Costrello. So, let's get ready to rumble and find out where our starting tiles are going to be.
Soda, you're first.
Oh man, yeah.
Here goes nothing. 15. That puts you at Land's End. Ooh. Oh, well, it's also the closest source for bear meat, which is very useful for Druidic ritual. Alright, now it is me, actually. RE 1 through 17 cannot be 15. 11. I get North Arty.
That could be a pain.
And then, alright, who's number 3? Yes, sorry. Then at through 17 cannot be 15 or 11. 2. El Carid.
Yes, give me that mythical sim.
And then, who was number 2?
That's me.
Cost, right?
Yeah.
Alright. RNG 117 cannot be 15, 11, or 2. East Valley.
Ooh.
And then that leaves Caston left, right? Everybody else is rolled? Cannot be 2, 5, 11, or 15. RNG 1, 17. Alright, everybody knows where they're supposed to go. Unlock the first tile at a bank stall.
Well, here we are at the bank that I'll be starting from in Falador East. And before we get started, let's look at some of the options in Falador that could be of use to me. There's a man in a house, I can do some thieving. There's some normal trees and oak trees and a tree patch. A furnace and a shield shop, as well as a general store and a mace shop. Falador Castle, I could do some low level combat training on the chicken, but it might not be worth using my tiles to go that far. And one for the future might be the Dwarven Mine, gives me access to Motherlode Mine as well. Well, it's time to unlock that first tile, and I think what I'll start doing is chopping trees to get some woodcutting experience. And now I'm just going to make the path towards the trees, so I'll speed that bit up. And just one more tile. That'll do, I think. So what I'm going to have to do, because there's only one tree and I don't want to use any more tiles really, so I'm going to have to just hop worlds and chop the single tree all the way up until 15 woodcutting for the oak tree. Yeah, I think it was a good idea that I made the line all the way up to the oak tree, because I'm going to have to hop worlds for the fire making as well, and so this could take a little bit longer, but it will be worth it in the end. There's 10 fire making, 15 fire making, 15 wood cutting, so I can now cut oak trees. And now I can cut my first oak tree. I don't have to hop worlds anymore, so this could go a lot faster now. There is a beginner clue on the floor, and so I'll just double check if I can do it. No, right. Okay, well, if it was a Falador step, I would keep it and just try for the one step chance. We'll keep having a look though. Picked up a medium clue bird's nest, and I'm going to bank that so I have more chance to get seeds. And there's 30 wood cutting and 100 available tiles, so I think it's time to go and try something different. As you can see in the group storage, Soda City got me a rake and King Lagalot got me a knife. There's also loads of food there, which helps. Now that I've got a rake, it's time to start pushing on, and I'm going to start doing my first bit of raking on the account. And thanks to Group Ironman, I can do my first bit of raking content. There's a lot more to come. Back to the bank, and I'm going to collect all my weapons and armour and start doing some combat training on the man just east in the little house here, and take these shrimp. There's 666 of them, so that's interesting, guys. Well, he couldn't have timed that any better. There's Dr. Jekyll, and I get a free strength potion for when I start doing my combat. Awesome. I figured out where the man spawns, and it's just in the corner here, so I'm just going to wait on the spawn and just keep attacking him. And there's the infamous iron dagger from the man. I'm going to be super strong now. And there's level 5 in all of my melee combat stats. I'm going to keep the HP low for now, because I think maybe Winter Todd might be in the plans for the future. I've picked up some more shrimp from the group bank, and it's time to do some thieving. I think I'm going to go as far as level 20. It'll be a good stopping point, as men aren't exactly the best XP per hour. There's level 5 thieving. 10 thieving. Ah, look, the frog princess random. I really couldn't care less about this, but I guess I'll do it. Are you kidding me? I just wasted a tile because of this bloody random. And there we have it. There is 20 thieving. Caston G got us all steel axes from Bob's Axes in Lumbridge, so I guess it's time to do more wood cutting, finally train up my fletching, and maybe get a few more fire making levels. So after hopping worlds for that single tree, I finally got myself 563 logs. That should get me enough for 20 fletching. 10 fletching. And that was the exact amount of logs I needed. There is 20 fletching. So now I'll just go back to the oak tree and stay there for quite a while until I have enough oak logs for like 50 fire making. Maybe I can get 30 fletching as well. I'll end up with a lot of tiles after that. And that's my first genie lamp that I get. I already know what I'm going to put that into, and it's going to be agility, because the crumbling wall on the west side of Valley needs level 5 agility, and I can actually train it up there as well. 40 wood cutting. And here's a maze random. As you can see in the chat, I've already asked my group what the rules are with this, and they said it's fine. No tile marking within this random, so I'm going to do this. 72% reward percentage, so let's see what we get. And that is really bad. There's the lederhosen random, and I'll take anything from this just for the fashion scape. And we got the legs, so that's pretty cool. Get them casts out. Just done the mime random. Let's see, got the mask, and that is really horrifying. And there we have it, 50 wood cutting. It'll probably be the last time I cut trees in these little tiles here. Now I can focus on doing some fire making, getting that to 50, and see what logs left I have for fletching. Sweet, and now I've got 50 fire making and apparently an extra tile, which I managed to avoid this whole time, but I should have enough to get to 33-ish fletching. That's 30 fletching. I estimated that pretty well in fairness. I did end up with 33 fletching, and that'll be it for me in this little area. I think I'll finish off with a bit of raking content though. This brings us to the end of episode 1 of the group Ironman Tileman series. I feel like I have got a lot done in such a small area with the tiles that I used, and I couldn't have done some of the skills like fletching and farming or even levelling woodcutting so much faster without the help of my group. So that already shows the possibilities we have together. Soda City has banked a few raw meats for me, so I wonder if you can guess where I'll be heading next. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the start of this series. Be sure to comment below what you thought, and maybe you have some ideas for us as a group also. Be sure to subscribe so you can see when I upload the next episodes. Peace.